good looking guy, but younger me. Hello everyone, and thanks for hanging out with me. This is Let's Talk EV almost every Sunday at 7:20 p.m. Central European Time. We are not funny, we don't make fun, we don't enjoy anything. That's the motto of here. I hope you're all doing great. The new year. Did we do a live stream last week? No, it was on a different day. When did we do the live stream? It was on Monday, right? It was on the 1st. That's right. Hello, Graham. Do you have your ID4, was it? Or ID5 yet? I hope so. G is here. He donated. It's so nice. Or supported me. So far, 55 people are here on Monday. Thank you, Andre. He knows the stuff. He knows me better than I know myself. I'm horrible. Yes, as usual, we're going to go through some news. We're going to talk what happened this week, what's going to happen the next week. Exciting things are coming. We're going to talk about future cars that are coming in the next weeks. And what I have right now. And what tests I'm going to do, blah, 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 as always. And then we're going to talk about the topic that Volkswagen is just reduced a lot of cars in Germany because the German incentives is gone since December 18th, as far as I know. And now they have a thing that a lot of cars, ID3 is extremely, wow, 7,700 euros for the ID3, cheaper till ID5 GTX expected end of January. That's the stuff. Loving the coverage of the car. Thank you very much. Yeah, I got complaints. There's one guy, his name something Irish, who's complaining on every ID7 video. Why are we only getting videos about this one car? Oh my God, go complain for something that doesn't cost you anything. When I buy a car, I'm not going to make just one video. I'm sorry. I looked in an ID3 and made over 150 videos, so expect the same with the ID7. I'm sure it was less with the ID3. It's just there were, I don't know, software videos that could go to 3, 4, 5, and I just put them in there. That's fine. And yes, but first we're gonna go through some news here. Yeah, the new Mini is now available for pre-order. It starts with a 135 kilowatt motor at around 33,000 euros and with the 160 at 37. Yeah, I haven't seen the car yet. I see that there's a 40 kilowatt hour, 37 kilowatt hours usable in the small version. In the big version, a 50 kilowatt hours usable. Give it 500 kilometers of WLTP range. That's okay for 50 kilowatt hour battery. That's nice, that's nice. 11 kilowatt AC and DC 95 kilowatt. That's not amazing. And it's also not a car you go around the world, I think. But I know someone who wants this car, and I will ask Mini, as always, if I can test the car. It's more Tesla content, please. If I would own a Tesla, there would be more Tesla content. But the problem with Tesla for me, and I've said this a million times on here, is that Tesla doesn't give out press cars, and who is a Tesla owner who gives away his car for me to test? Only one guy, an amazing Patreon, Paul, gave me his car to test the Model Y when it came out. It was amazing. But other than that, I don't get a Tesla. I have to pay for it. I have to rent it. Costs money. And millions of other people all over the world, usually in the States, way before we can do it in Europe. People are testing new Teslas. The only thing I could have done and I haven't done was the Tesla Model 3 Highland, because I could test this at a service center right now, but I'm so busy with the ID7 and I have to do a lot of ID7 stuff since in a few weeks, let's say a month, all the normal YouTubers will get the ID7 too, and then I'm not anything special. Then I have to be the first in a lot of stuff that I can benefit of that. And I have to, since it costs me a lot of money. No, but that's fine. That's how it is. But I will do the Tesla at some point, because the Model 3, because I want to see if the support is, if the suspension is better. That would be amazing. That's got to hurt. I sold computers for over 30 years and price kept falling. The question is, does one want it now or later? Later is cheaper, now is now, so you have to enjoy and enjoy. Yeah, we talk about this in a second, but for me, the price reduction right now doesn't have any impact, as long as I still get the German incentives, which is the same amount that Volkswagen just reduced the ID.7. So if I get this, I have done it on the 17th, and one paper that I sent is the wrong paper because I didn't have the right paper yet. I have to ask the leasing company to give me the right paper, but it was all holiday and everything, and then I can resend the one paper that is right. And then they should have everything. I should be eligible for the normal incentives. We'll see. It will take a few months, 3 to 6 months till I get this. I remember in the ID.3 3 years ago, it was 3 months, and not a lot of people ordered an electric car. And at the end of when people knew, okay, this is the time where the incentives of Germany would fall, a lot of people sent those things in, registered their car and sent all the papers in. So I'm guessing the last 2-3 days there are a lot of things that they have to go through. So this will take some time. Do you miss the heat pump on the ID.7? Heat pump is something, for me it always has a pro and a con. Yes, it's nice to have, as I calculated, maybe 20 kilometers more range at 130, less consumption, so it's a bit cheaper to go somewhere in the winter and preheat the car. But it costs €1,000, and back then when I ordered the ID.7, the heat pump wasn't available. To get the car early, and then I wouldn't have got the incentives, and I thought I would lose the €4,750. I didn't know that Volkswagen would put the price down, and so I gambled and I said no, rather than have the heat pump. And I also have one negative. I had a few cars with heat pump right now, and when you heat up a car, heat pump is really loud. While driving you don't notice it, but when it's standing and it has to heat up, when the temperature is high and it's just keeping the temperature high, it's no problem. But when it's heating up, it's pretty loud. It's not horrible, but just fine. Hi Chris, how much of difference does the DCC make between modes suspension wise? Thanks for the wits. The DCC is you can only adjust in individual mode when you use the normal mode, so Eco, Comfort or Sport. You cannot adjust the DCC. So in Sport, the suspension is just in Sport, and in Comfort, it's in Comfort. I use individual mode, and I have it a bit to the left of Comfort. And the main thing of the DCC is not this setting, yes, but it's also important. But the main thing is that it adjusts the suspension according to the drive. So you feel when you're driving, when it's really bumpy, it sets it to more comfortable, and when you have a nice road and you drive a bit faster, it sets it to a bit more sporty, so it does it automatically. True, I have a Model 3 heat pump, makes a decent sound, yes, especially now in the cold. Again, yes, it's loud, but when you drive you don't hear it. It's not a big thing, but it's fine. What do you think about the Renault Scenic E-Tech with 620 kilometers? Looks sick. I was sitting in it and I made a video about it. I saw it at the Munich Motor Show in September, and it looks great. It looks better than the Megane. It's more space. It has this very interesting, the same as ID.7, see-through or not see-through roof, but more segments, not just one. Yes, and I think, was it the same size battery than the ID.7, almost the same range, but it's an SUV. Charging, I think, was 170 kilowatt. It sounds good. Charge port was in the front right. Android Automotive looks good, looks like a good car, and I know it's based on the Nissan Ariya, and the Nissan Ariya had a nice drive. It was very comfortable. I liked it a lot. It was just a few things in the software that I didn't like, and Renault, since they have Android Automotive, it will be better. So I think it will be great. Are you satisfied with the range? Yes. Yes, I was a bit disappointed with the 130 kilometers an hour test because I expected 330 with the heat. But when I did my 1,000-kilometer trip, I was really fast. I mean, I didn't emphasize this in my video, and because I didn't know back then. So when I made the video while driving, I estimated my traffic jam delay to 30 minutes, but I wasn't sure. Maybe it was just 15 minutes. But then when I was home, I looked at it and I saw, okay, if there's no traffic jam, I need 7 minutes to drive. And I saw the time when the traffic jam started, and I saw in the video, so my GoPro, when the... What looks better as the Megane? I mean, interior-wise, how you control the car, not outside look. And I saw that it was 42 minutes from start of the... so from start point to end point, it took me 42 minutes, where usually it would take 7 minutes. So I was a 35 minutes delay in my 1,000-kilometer drive. It took me 10 hours, 10 minutes. So 35 minutes off is 9 hours and 35 minutes. That's 35 minutes faster than my ID.3. And it's almost the same time as a Model 3 in the summer, where I drove like a crazy person, 180, 190, because I knew the charging would be amazing and the consumption at high speed is even amazing. I still think Model 3 is less consumption and better for long distance driving than the Id.7, but for a gigantic car as the Id.7 is, I was very, very happy with it. Charging worked amazing. Route planner, except for what charging station it selected. They have to update that a bit, but I was very happy with it. And driving every day with the amazing seat heater. Heat is awesome. Today I went in, the car was cold, and it took 6 kilowatt to heat up the car because it was freezing, and I did rapid heating. I wanted to see what it does then and it was warm in 2 minutes or so. It was awesome. Yeah, I love my Id.7, and there will be a like-dislike video that I filmed today. And there's nothing negative to report about the software, nothing really. I didn't have any problems, it's just awesome. I think my heat pump don't work now when the temperature is below -10. It depends what heat pump it is. I think you can adjust the heat pump. I'm not sure, I'm not an expert. I think heat pumps, you can adjust them at what temperature they're the best, efficiency wise, and this is the thing. I think for a house it's completely different than for a car, and depending where they're built for what region. Do you know anything about the estate version? What do you expect the range will be? It has already been shown. It's just way more trunk space, of course. I think the range is not affected too much. I don't think there's a big difference. Maybe it's 1, 2 to maybe 5%, if even. I don't think, if you need that space, go get the estate. I don't think that's a reason to do that. The same as getting the GTX. If you drive at a constant speed and don't floor it, you just have a bit more weight. If you drive constant speed, only the rear wheel drive will be on, and then you have 40 kilowatt more power and almost the same range. I found your channel by your Volkswagen Id.7 long range Autobahn test, and your reviews are superb. Kudos, keep it up. Thank you very much. Hi, do you know if Id.3 will get back preheating of the battery before charging? Get back? You never had that. Will Volkswagen ever move on with new over-the-air update 3.2? Yes. So there will be an over-the-air update, as far as I know, to 3.5 and then maybe to 3.7, or maybe right away to 3.7. But those things, except for bidirectional charging for the 77 kilowatt hour battery, will not bring anything new, just make the software work better. I drove an ID.3 with 3.5 and I saw a few things that worked just better, but and less problems with anything. With Android Auto worked better, and there was a mobile connection arrow in 3.2 when you have your phone connected all the time, even though it works. This is gone with 3.5. But battery preheating, so a few years ago when ID.3 came out, Volkswagen has implemented automatic battery preheating, and this is still existent, but they changed the temperature. For a few years ago, it was when the battery pack was under 7 degrees, it will be heated up to 13 degrees on every drive, even if you drive just for a kilometer. That's why the consumption was extremely high at a short distance trip. Because a lot of people complained, they changed that it will preheat the battery only when the pack is under 0 degrees, and it will not heat it up with full power. Now the consumption is low, but now you have the problem that I had with my ID.3, that every time in winter when it was around 0 degrees, I didn't have full power and full regen. I had to floor it a few times, YOLO it, get the battery up to temperature to have that. In my ID.7, by the way, even if I don't preheat the battery, I always have, even at 0 degrees. It will be interesting this week. This week should be -9 degrees at some point. So I guess in the morning -6 or so, in the garage -4, or maybe even warmer. I want to see if then I have a power limit or a regen limit, because so far I never have seen a limit except when the battery has low state of charge. Then I see the power limit coming in. But other than that, I never had to preheat the battery just for that, only for charging. And the button or so manual preheating of the battery or navigating to a charger and preheating will not come with the old hardware. Volkswagen explained that to me, that it's not just a software thing, it's a hardware thing that a control unit has to do, and the control unit wasn't designed to do that, it gets a manual input from the software that it does that. It is an automatic thing that is encoded into the control unit. It doesn't want for this particular thing. That's how it was explained to me. I have no idea how it works, and I believe them. Why would they not bring it if a lot of people are complaining? And they say it's just not possible to have this with the old hardware. And the new hardware for ID Software 4.0, which is amazing, by the way. Also, when it comes to starting the infotainment system, when you haven't been in the car for a few days and then you get in, whoop, it's up in 3 seconds, and then everything up in 10 seconds or so. So navigation that you don't need right away, but you get into the climate so fast and into the car. It's awesome. Is the ID.7 closing automatically when leaving the car? Do you still have to touch the door handles? It does that. I have turned that off because it's annoying. So we come home from work. I get out of the car, open our gate. We get the first dog, put it in. The car locks. I come back, car unlocks. I get the second dog, put him in, her in. Then I get a beep. It locks. I come back, it unlocks, and I do it the third time. It's freaking annoying. I'd rather lock it with my hand. So I had it on today and it was annoying me because I did it for a video, and then I was, nah, I'm not doing that. It has that. And if you are someone who gets out of the car and not to the trunk, not away from the car and coming back, so when you do groceries, even if you have the trunk open, you go away, it will beep twice because it wants to lock, but there's a door open, so it can't lock. And then you come back and then the same thing again. And I get that, and it's good that it has it, but I'm not a fan. And I was never a fan of that. I remember when I tested the Renault Zoe, who had that from the start, and it annoyed the crap out of me that every time you go a bit away, it locks. When you do filming, you have to get to the car and away the whole time. Renault lowered the prices significantly in Denmark, considering the change to a new e-tech. Not sure though. They lowered the price by 7,000 euros in Germany as well, but because of the incentives. A lot of manufacturers are lowering the prices. I wonder if these incentives were just plain profit for them. I mean, if the government is paying something for the car that you sell, of course you can check up the price a bit. Let's be honest. It's just, and a lot of companies even so Tesla did that, but I'm not mocking them, that a lot of companies did that the price that you see on the website, the incentives is already off. So their part, and some companies even already said that the part of the German incentives that you get back later is already deducted. It's, of course, that looks amazing. Where are we? Closing automatically. Oh, thank you. Yes, that makes no sense with the nice little dogs. Okay, let's go back to our, where were we? News. Yeah, we did this. Then we did this already. Volkswagen has lowered the prices for a lot of models. So where are we? So like I said, even ID.7, 4,700 euros. ID.4 GTX 5, 7,735 euros. And what else? I thought ID.3 was also ID.3 7,020 euros. ID.3 Pro S 5,355 euros. That's just awesome. Yeah, that's why an ID.3 base model, we'll look at it in a second, I think starts at 32,000 euros. The same, yeah, here 32,975. I think it's almost the same as the ID.4. ID.4 Pure is now 32,600. I paid 46 for my ID.3. But it's also not it also had a few more things. When you get a few more stuff in there, paint and I don't know, tires and stuff, it will be more expensive. But like I said, most at the ID.7, it doesn't make any difference if you get the incentives or if you order it now and you don't get the incentives. I mean, if you order it now and you didn't think of incentives, then yes, that's awesome. But it was the same price. So for me, there's no difference if I get the incentives. But for other cars, that's awesome. Then this news, what the hell? Volkswagen maybe starts production of the ID.2 for May of 2026. I thought we will get the car, to see the car and drive the car and test it this year, and it will come in 25. Boo! And it will cost the starting price 25,000 euros. When you see that the ID.3 is 32 right now, then the 7,000 euros for a smaller car with most likely less power, less things in there, I get it. Then Xiaomi has shown the new SU7. Xiaomi is a phone manufacturer, as you know, and they say it will have 495 kilowatt all-wheel drive and has drag coefficients of 0.9195. My ID.7 has 0.23. ID.3 was 0.26, I think, or 5. Can't remember. And should do 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 2.78 seconds. Nobody needs that. But and I don't know why they go is this first build a car and then we can. But this people companies build cars with specs, so people talk about it, and then we can go on and do something different. Next is that BMW in Germany has built 3 new charging locations, and one of them will have 24 high-power charging points. So I'm guessing 12. 400 kilowatt chargers, so each charger can do max, I don't know if they split it up like this, 200 kilowatt. So the 400 kilowatt charger, and it depending on the software, you can say that one side gets 200 kilowatt or one side can have all of it and then the other side get the rest. So it's 75 or this way 100 kilowatt elements, and if one side is using 3, the other side only gets 1 with 100 kilowatt. It depends what the software, how you use the software. And the last thing, we look at the Ionity map, if there's anything new. If anyone here has a website where you can see high power chargers being built in Europe, not just that they're there, I mean also in construction, that you can see what comes in the near future. I know there's Charge Finder and I don't know what, where you can see okay, charging, there's a charger and stuff like this, not just Ionity, but I want to see the future. So I don't know, they're building one here and this doesn't exist right now for Europe. I haven't seen that, but if anyone knows anything, please tell me. Oh, I did change this mouse thing. That's annoying. Have to change that back. I'm so sorry. Where is it? I changed it yesterday and I thought, that's a good idea. No, it's not. Where is it? There it is. Just a second. Scrolling. Scroll. There. This stuff here has to be turned off. Then it's better. Yeah, just one little thing. Okay, we look. Munich still has the new 2s. This I haven't charged here yet, but I thought I would have 12 charging spots there. And let's go up here. What do we have here? My main routes are either Regensburg and then up here, where I'm still waiting for this one here. If I have to go to Wolfsburg. Yeah, Wolfsburg has 5 Ionities. I always laugh at that. And to Dresden. We still need one here. I need an Ionity here, but I think there's Aral Pulse. I didn't know that. Since my 1,000-kilometer drive, I had no idea that Aral Pulse is also the cheap price of WeCharge Plus. So Ionity costs me with the WeCharge Plus 50 cents per kilowatt hour. It was 30 cents before my last contract ran out. And Aral Pulse costs the same. I had no idea. I thought that everything except for Ionity is then 73 cents, which is a lot. But you guys were so nice and used my code my referral code when you ordered your ID.3, 4 and 5, and I have a lot of charging credit on WeCharge, and that's why I use that. And I use WeCharge Plus so I can charge even a bit more. And I try to use only Ionity and Aral Pulse from now on. I saw a paramedic Ioniq 5 the other day. Look cool. That's nice. Europe needs ID.2 Polo. It was super popular in the Netherlands. It also has LFP battery. No, Xiaomi. Isn't that how you say that? I thought you said that, Xiaomi. Can I ask you something? I have a full spec ID.4 GTX. You think the update is worthwhile? To what? I don't know what update you mean. Awesome news, the ID.3 I want cost 43,500 before, now 38,250. That's the stuff. Try Plugshare, they show planned new charge locations. I tried that. It didn't work. We were gonna look in a second. ID.2 only in 2026. Is this Volkswagen? Shut up, Renault. You can have that, what you want, EV milk and honey, but it's a bit further down the line. What's next? Postponement. I don't know what that means. I saw the questions is, do I wait for the new drivetrain or order now? You wait for the new drivetrain. And not because of the drivetrain. You wait for the new ID software 4.0 with the new hardware. It's totally worth it. I think you said Xiaomi correct, but it still sounds like shampoo. Yeah, I don't see anything special new. We soon have to go to Hamburg. I don't know how I go. If I go via Berlin, which is a total Umweg, detour, but there's a horrible construction zone always here. I still don't know. I tell you everything about it in a second. All what's planned for the next weeks. And then we have Norway. Sweden is good. Look at that. Spain is getting full. Portugal gets a lot. Look at that. France is totally full. Oh my God. I remember when I planned my trip with Cindy to go to Caen because she wants to see the Normandy coast. She's very interested in the Second World War history. And back then there was maybe one Ionity here in Metz here. Or Met, I don't know how you say it. And now look at that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to get to Caen. So you can almost just use Ionity to get there. Maybe here, I don't know. Awesome. They did well. So what was it? Try Plugshare. Plugshare. Let's see. Plugshare, check if connection is secure. That's nice. Verifying. Okay, why is the connection not? No. How typical German highways always under construction? There can be a normal construction zone where it's just normal, but we went through Hamburg to get to Denmark for the ID Bus Media Drive with the ID.5 GTX, and there's a tunnel, and it goes from 4 lanes something to 2 lanes, and a lot of traffic, and oh my god, it took a long time. Who is sending me a message at this time? Okay. We are all paying to Ionity with these high prices. Why is this not verify you're human? What is this Plugshare thing? It takes me 10 minutes to get on the website. It still doesn't let me in. Checking if the site connection is secure. Plugshare.com needs to review the security of your connection before proceeding. And nothing is happening. 30,000 subscribers and 10 million views. I have 10 million views? Really? You tell me stuff I didn't know. Let's see. I had no idea. Channel. Where's the last thing? Wasn't there always something at the end? Can't be logged in. Is it that? Where you see the end? There was always an info thing. I don't want shop. Where is that? Maybe because I'm logged in. It's in the bio now. I don't have bio anymore because maybe I'm logged in as me. Let's log in to my other channel and go to battery life. Still not here. Let's go to different account. How about now? Still not. If I go, now I get you. When you see the thing under the arrow. Yeah. Thank you. I'm an idiot. 9,868,902. And I have, what is it? I think 90 subscribers I need for 30,000. Let's go in. Let's check it out. I'm at 29,905. I need 95. We can do this. Yeah, I can't get into Plugshare. It still says Plugshare.com needs to review the security of your connection before proceeding. And then nothing is happening. What is this? Free EV charging station map. Can I get in there? What is this Plugshare? Is this something weird? Can I get in now? Nah. It's thinking. High quality stuff here. Hi, will you try a comparison of your ID.7 to a newer Highland? I would love to do that. I don't know anyone who has a Model 3. Tesla doesn't give out press cars, so I will never get a Model 3 longer than an hour from a service center to test it. And so I have to rent it, and then costs a fortune. So if no one is giving me a car or comes to my place and we test drive to each other, I can't do it. But something else is coming, we're gonna do that. Unsubscribe and subscribe, does that help? No, Plugshare doesn't work. That's all I get. I get a white page and it's loading, nothing is happening. Yeah, there was already a video from a British company, a British channel, where they did the Model 3, he says it right now, the BYD Seal and the ID.7. ID.7 had like 220 watt-hours per kilometer, the Seal 200 and the Model 3 173 or something, so really awesome. But Highland is just Tesla 3 that is size class smaller than ID.7. Yeah, but again, it's also a sedan, so the same form. It doesn't have the same space. It's always hard to compare cars. You also don't get the comfort in the Model 3 10 to Id.7, not the same features. You don't have massage functions and stuff. But then in the Model 3 you have amazing charging support. So it's always, what is it? So you should, I try to compare cars that I get that make a bit of sense, and we're gonna talk about it we'll talk about it in a second. It was a short range. It wasn't even a long range. Oh my god! But oh, so it was a bit lighter then. Is it that? Id.7 against Model S. Again, that would be amazing. That would be awesome. I mean, you have a 600 horsepower car to a 280 horsepower car. But that would make more sense. Again, I don't know anyone who would give me a Model S to test. And since Tesla doesn't do that, it's very hard to get cars. Even other brands. If another brand is not giving me a press car, it's hard to get a car. Mercedes, for example, I can't get an EQE, EQS, or anything because the dealers don't give that out. Id.7 is just a massage parlor. Yeah, I always say that, but I just use it all the time. It's awesome. Hey, Darren. No, it's really nice. It's short range, so more efficient, but shorter range, something like that. It should be a bit lighter, the Model 3 short range, I think. I thought that video very Tesla biased in my view, especially in that supercharger praise. Shouldn't there be no more non-supercharger than superchargers now? There are more, but when it comes to working chargers and stalls and navigation and everything, Tesla is still wow. No, but I envy that a lot. So if you navigate, I don't know, from Germany to Spain and it just selects all the superchargers, there's not one thought in your head that maybe the supercharger doesn't work. If then you have 20 stalls and then one stall is not working or so. Or the worst case would be it's holiday traffic and you have to stand and wait till someone is done. But other than that, there's no worry that you have to think of anything. Polestar give you test cars? Yeah, I got a Polestar 2 all-wheel drive and a Polestar 2 single motor, the old one, last year. Always a week, so not very long. And they invited me, remember, where I could film the Polestar 3 and drive the new Polestar 2 for 3 hours or so. A massage parser with LED matrix headlight, augmented reality head-up display, 3 radars and 12 USBs? 12? I have 4. What does the USSSS mean? I will be in Passau in the summer for a full day. Don't break your car before that. Of course not. That would be nice. I'm excited about that, Darren. It would be nice to see you again. What are you always doing here? It's a horrible thing. We're moving away maybe in the summer. And I'm not kidding. It's possible that we will move this year. But I said that last year as well. The same as with the job thing. I say it all the time and then I don't do it. 166 people are here. That's so nice. Let's play the like game. If you are new here, we do the like game where nobody so far, almost nobody, 37 people have pressed the like button. And we always try to get to 100 likes per live stream. So I count down from 3 to 0, then everyone presses the like button at the same time. And I know you're watching this maybe on your television or anything, but you have your smartphone or your tablet very close by. Just get it up, get to the subscribe thing. Of course, subscribe if you're here and you haven't done that before. Hello. And let's count down. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1, and like. In Germany, VW has the most chargers. That is true, but again, the implementation of superchargers with Tesla in the car is just amazing since it's all connected. That's just awesome. Polestar 3 and 4 will be in Polestar spaces in May and late summer. Well, we'll see. I hope they will invite me to drive the Polestar 3 and maybe check out the Polestar 4. That would be amazing. We are at 78 likes. Can we get to 100? That would be amazing. Come on. Come on. We can do that. It's 85. That looks good. EMBW is amazing because they have parks and the chargers seem to work most of the time, and it's not just 2 chargers, so 4 charging locations, it's mostly 8 or even more. 88, we did very well, thank you very much. My problem with Ionity right now, Ionity was amazing in the beginning where it was unusual to have more stalls, except for Tesla, of course, when you have 4 or 6 chargers. But you have a charger there, and when you put a hypercharger there, you have already 2 people that could charge, maybe only with 200 kilowatt, la-di-da, but not with 350, but that's fine. And I've seen almost at every Ionity charger that I see that from 4 or 6 one charger is not working, and the most thing is that the screens are not working. So I think that they didn't know that the screens don't last that long with cold in the winter and maybe with sun in the summer. I don't know. 92, we're so close. Can we get another 93? Can we get another 7 likes for the 100? Then you can get rid of me. We did that a while. Yeah, so Ionity now, a lot of screens are not working. You can still charge, it's fine, but you can't see what the charger is saying anything. So the same as Tesla. But again, at least I have charged once on a I'm Scottish now, or I'm Sean Connery. Once at a Tesla supercharger with a Model 3 and once with a Model Y. I have never charged with a non-Tesla on a supercharger. I will do that though with Hank. I want to see if I can get over the 192 kilowatt because the 500 amp limit is not from the charger then, but maybe the 500 amp limit is in the car and then there won't be any change. But I want to do that. I want to see 99 likes. We're almost there. Big plus of Id.7 is the possibility to precondition the battery on demand. I have a Model 3 long range and when navigating to a fast charger not known to the navigation system, you cannot precondition. But I thought you can do that in the app. I thought with a Model 3, 100 likes, I'm gone, bye. I thought in the Model 3 you can preheat the battery in the app. Am I wrong? I thought it works. I'll be in Stuttgart in March. Rental company wants £100 for a Model 3 for 3 days. I'm getting a Fiat 500 instead. Fiat 500, that's the stuff. So the Teslas are more reliable because they have no screen. Only 7 here, maybe I have to update. Yeah, 104 now, but it makes sense. Less can go wrong. I think you just have to have a screen that works, that maybe if it stands around. The one in Passau is not that old, 2-3 years. Depends, some Fastnet, Lego shell are reported, but not all. Have a good evening, guys. There was a joke with the going away. Yes, let's talk about, we talked about the prices and let's go into the configurator so you can see. Where are we? Volkswagen, there we go. Configurator, electric, there we go. So let's go in the normal ID.3. This is a 58 kilowatt hour battery. WLTP range increased. And when you get into this and get the standard model, no price thing, and you go into all, and here you have minus 1,700 euros, minus 5,200 euros. That's why it's under 33,000 euros. And I think there was even one thing that you can deselect. Is it the price? I think, is it the color? There's one thing, I think would be even less price. Is it? No. I thought there was something. Oh, I could be wrong. Then let's look in the ID.4. Why did you get dark suddenly? Hello? Hello? ID.4 pure, also with the 52 kilowatt hour battery instead of the 77, is now 34, and let's look. What is it also included? Yes, minus 1700, minus 6,000 euros. And what about the normal ID4? If I get, what's the cheapest? 46. Yeah, 46 here is the cheapest. No? Here we go. And also the same, and then we get to 38,000 euros for an ID4 with the big battery. ID5 should have the same, and ID7 still starting price is 57,000 euros because it does not do the package automatically. You have to go through all the thing, and then here is the package minus 4,700, and then it's 52. So my car right now that I was 67,000 euros would be then 63, a bit less even, 62 and something. Fiat 500 ice, oh, boo! No, but I get you, it's fine. Totally fine. Yes. It makes sense. I cannot depend on. Have a good evening, guys. 500 ice too. That's fine. You can deal with that. So let's talk what happened this week. This week, what happened first? I did a Volvo XC40 range test with the new all-wheel drive motor and a new battery. A video will come this week. I haven't edited it yet. I have to edit it this week. Where was I? Yes. And this Volvo was picked up 2 days ago on Friday, and I got a Volvo C40 single motor, so the rear wheel drive also. So someone came with the Volvo, with the C40, and took the XC40 home. I will have this car for 2 weeks, then it's gonna be picked up again. And I'm gonna do a range test with the C40 single motor as well. I did that with a single motor before when it was still front wheel drive and a different motor, so I'm excited, but it will be winter. I have to see how it is. I did the XC40 range test, like I said. It was less than my ID.7. The consumption was significantly higher. Range was less, but not as much less as I thought. And I looked it up. I think that it's because my ID.7 has less battery available for driving. And by the way, there is something I have noticed in my range tests. So I drove the 130 range test with heat, 110 in eco mode with heat, and 130 without heat. All 3 tests I did, the first 2 tests at around 1 to -1 degrees, the last test 1 to 5 degrees. And when I see the consumption that the car is reporting and I take the full range that the car should have with 0 to 100%, I don't get to 77 kilowatt hours. I get to under 74 kilowatt hours. In my ID.3 in the beginning, I got to that. I think I was even above 58 kilowatt hours in the beginning. When I plug in OBD dongle and use Car Scanner Pro, it tells me my maximum capacity of the battery is 77 kilowatt hours. So exactly that number. So I'm guessing it's something what the battery is reporting. It's not a real value. One different question, do you control the amount of ads in your videos? I saw a video from Out of Specs which has significant more ads than normal. 1.5 minutes, 3 or 4 ads. I think you can do that somehow. Maybe it's also because the video is states. I think I have one in the beginning, in the end, and one in the middle. I think it says every 8 minutes or so, maybe. Something like this. But I'm not so sure. I leave it on automatic. I mean, I want there to be ads, so it supports the channel because you get free entertainment and info, and therefore it's okay for you to watch a bit of advertising. But I also don't want to annoy you so much that you click away. So it should be the same as every other YouTube video. That's what my what do you say? What I want for my videos. Not more and not less. One day Cybertruck will come to Europe. Carl Connor Out of Specs did manage 245 miles on its 70 miles per hour test. What is 70 miles per hour? 110? 115, something like this. Has a huge battery, huh? I doubt it will come this way, maybe in a different form. But also then, Cybertruck is it's just a normal truck that Americans love to use, the North Americans. Here in Germany or other countries, you see trucks like this, so pickup trucks, but it's 1 out of 1,000 cars, if even. It's very rarely. And then it's someone who has a business, so this is not that a normal person will use. So if they bring it then in a limited version or something like this. Have YouTube Premium, haven't seen an ad in years, and I'm happy that some of that money will go to creators. Yeah, the difference the difference with YouTube Premium that I learned from YouTube is, so if someone is clicking on my video, gets an ad, and then after 10 seconds says, this is not something that interests me, this car or me personally, I still get paid because he watched the ad. If someone with YouTube Premium comes and goes away after 10 seconds, I don't get anything. If he watch it, because with YouTube Premium, it's the time that my videos are being watched. I didn't know that. I also have YouTube Premium because I don't want ads and I watch a lot. And it's totally worth it, especially podcasts. I love to see podcasts. If they're not on Spotify with video, I watch them on YouTube, and that's good. May I ask one more question? Is remote parking coming to the ID.7? It will be coming. I don't know when. Volkswagen already told me that for the... I don't even know if it will come to other cars as well or just to the ID.7. In the manual it says it's a Bluetooth connection and it's an extra app, but they told me it should be in the Volkswagen app, that the same thing that you can do with automatic parking, so Park Assist Plus, you can then do with the app outside of the car via Bluetooth, not via the internet. So the connection is working perfectly. I don't know if you can just move the car like you want, or if you can just say, please use the parking spot and you're outside of the car. We'll see how that will work. 124 kilowatt hours he put out of it. He drove it to dead. Yeah, why does he do that? Driving a car to dead, I find that, I don't know, there's no respect. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to my car, and I wouldn't do that to a press car unless there's something happening. I don't know. The only ads I get on here are for Erwachsenen Club. We just reached 40,000 kilometers with our ID.5, purchased a bit over a year ago. Wow, that's a lot for a year. What are your thoughts on the ID.5? Thank you for your videos from the Netherlands. ID.5, to be honest, I don't get why there is an ID.5. So the difference from ID.4 to ID.5 is so little. I didn't get why there was an ID.5, but it's a nice car. I drove the GTX to Copenhagen and back, 2,600 kilometers. But I don't see the difference to the ID.4, like I said, and that therefore it's not available in North America, for example. I have remote park assist. You need Bluetooth and it will park the car into a space. You can also move it back and out again. See, Darren knows everything. He has an Audi e-tron GT that already has that. This is for me just a toy. I will never use it. The other day I was in Munich. Cindy was at a doctor's appointment and I wanted to use Park Assist Plus and it didn't work because it was the last spot of a parking, so it was parking on the side, sideways, and there was just a tree or something, not a car. And then there was the free parking spot and then was a car, and the car didn't recognize that this is a parking spot. It thought it was something else. So if there would have been a car, then a parking, and then a free parking spot, and then a car, then I think it would have worked. But like this, it didn't work, and so I parked myself. I like that the car has the parking itself, and the memory parking is a nice function, but most likely will not use it. Today I tried to save the parking maneuver here in my park at home. but it also doesn't work because I park on the side beside a different car, and that car is on a different position every day. So not the exact thing, and then it doesn't work. If someone parks very close to you, then you can move the car out to get it. How often does it happen? It never happened to me ever. Maybe twice in my life. So it's nice to have, but it's not a big thing for me. So if ID.7 wouldn't have it, I would be disappointed because it should have it, but it's also not a big deal for me. So yeah. Yeah, what else did I do last week? So last week I filmed a complete tour of the ID software 4.0 in my ID.7. The English version is almost an hour long. The German version is not done yet. I had to film something today for it because I forgot it when I filmed it. You go through so many things, and I thought I already did it, but I did it in the English thing before. But for 57 minutes of every button, every menu in ID software 4.0, everything. Yes, the editing was fun, and I watched it already once and did a few changes that I didn't like. And in the beginning I say I don't think I will know everything, but almost everything. And there was only one thing that I didn't know what it was. It's an individual... the light assistance, you can set it from comfort to sport. I have no idea what this does. I knew it once, I read it somewhere 3 years ago because ID.3 had that too. What does light assistance do differently in comfort mode or in sport? I can't remember. Maybe someone here knows that, then I can still put it in. I knew it once. I know there was a website, or maybe in the ID.3 manual, where I read what it does. I used it in France to get to a charger when a French driver badly parked over the line, which meant I would haven't been able to get out. See, it's great that you need it and you use it. That's awesome. I just myself, first of all, I'm not going so often to a holiday like you do. Often, if you do it once a year, and it's just never happened so far. They all place it. The directional headlights move quicker. So in the corner or distance-wise? And what does it? Why is it sport if it moves quicker? Is that because I'm driving? I'm driving the same speed if I drive in sport mode or in comfort. I don't get this. Why this is in there? But I can put that in. Sure. the matrix movement is faster. I can put that in. Yes, so I did this. Then what else did I do? I filmed more. When watching a tennis match. I filmed more. What else? Oh, sorry. We already did that. The other videos I did. Yeah. Then today I worked last week, and then Friday, Saturday I took off. I didn't do anything. It was awesome. In the corners, so they respond with the steering input quicker. All right, that sounds better. That sounds, I get that. Matrix LEDs are awesome. Yes, they are. Yeah, that is correct. Yes, I didn't know, by the way, that the Volvo XC40 had that. I always thought it was a full LED. Maybe the new one had the matrix. It worked really well on the Volvo. That was nice. Yes, so I didn't, like I said, Friday, Saturday I took off. Finally, I had a Friday off. My coworker is back. On today I made 3 videos. First I filmed what I said with the infotainment system ID software 4.0. I had to film something in German and I forgot. And then I filmed 3 videos today. First the app, what the app can do and how it works with ID software 4.0. Then the voice commands in the ID.7, the new IDA, what you can do, how it works, a few examples and everything. And then I did a likes dislike video of my ID.7 after 3 weeks and 3,600 kilometers. As you all know, it's very positive. I'm very, very, very happy with the car. I enjoy it immensely, and it delivers exactly what I wanted to. And then this week I work till Thursday as always. On Friday is a special day, and Darren, you will like that. On Friday, Matthias and I will drive a head-to-head consumption test. Me with my ID.7 and him with his Tesla Model Y. He has the Tesla Model Y long-range all-wheel drive. Yes, it's a completely different car. I still think that the Model Y will win. So we'll have lower consumption than the ID.7. We will start... Is there someone there? Hello? No. We will start at the same location. We'll charge to 80%. Then we'll go in one direction, I think with 110. I think that's my plan, or with 130 there. That's what we do, and then we turn. I call him and we talk about the consumption. Then we turn around, drive back. So I don't know, 70 kilometers or so. Then we drive back and drive with 110. To see the difference in speed, if it has more difference in consumption. I want to see that. That will be very interesting. And then we go back to the charger. We look at the consumption difference, and then we charge up to again to 80% to see if the consumption difference is the same when you charge back up. So maybe the my or his trip meter shows a wrong number, a nice number that it isn't. I want to see that. That will be interesting. I know that the cars are very different, but I looked at the stats and everything, and the Model Y is winning almost everything. So Model Y has less WLTP range, but is 10 centimeters taller, but has more trunk space, has a smaller battery, 75 kilowatt hours usable instead of 77. More trunk space, doesn't matter if the seats are down or up. It has more power, of course, all-wheel drive. I don't know if he has 19-inch winter tires on there, we'll see. It's 120 kilograms lighter. But everything seems like that the Model Y should be worse when it comes to consumption, but it's not. And Tesla Model Y was, except for the BMW i6, the car that I drove the farthest in 130 kilometers in our range test, and it has a 75 kilowatt hour battery, where the i7 BMW had 102 kilowatt hours. But the i7 was also in the fall, where the Model Y was in perfect weather. It was the perfect day and the perfect test. 380 kilometers of range at 130, that's just amazing. I would love to have the same or more with the ID.7 in the summer. We'll see. I thought it would have that, but with my winter test, I think it will have the same, around 380, maybe even 360. We'll see. I am excited. I mean, you saw my test without heat. It was 340, almost 340 kilometers. So maybe 380. Yeah, we'll see. That's what I'm expecting for the ID.7 in the summer. But this will be exciting. On the Sunday then I will do range test with the C40. On Monday afterwards, so tomorrow in the week, Ioniq 6 will come, a press car for 2 weeks. Excited about that. We will do, with Matthias, I will do another comparison test, Ioniq 6 versus ID.7. That will be very interesting. Most likely, so the Ioniq 6 that is coming will also be rear-wheel drive, but I most likely will have 20-inch winter tires on, I think so. But it will also have a heat pump, not like the ID.7, not a heat pump and 19-inch wheels. Cybertruck has not that amazing range that many first thought. I think it's also winter. I think that companies, every company, and no, Tesla is not out of there, say a number in perfect conditions, perfect weather, all perfect, because they don't want to be low on what's really could be happening with their car. So they tested for a year or longer, and then at one day, at the perfect day with the perfect humidity and the car at perfect temperature, they got this and this range, and then they do the EPA test and they at everything, and then and then that's it. How many kilowatt did Walter have in the battery when you return it? Oh, I did my battery degradation test in September. I gave it back 3 months later. It should be almost the same, because from last year to this year so from 22 to 23 there was just 1.3% difference. So I don't think it will be that much more. What was it? 11% or so? So I think like this. Winter tires, what are those? So you don't have them? You don't need them? It never snows, it never gets cold under 0 degrees, where a winter tire would have more grip on the road. It's not just about ice and snow, it's also about temperature. Because here in Germany, it's because the mix of the tire is too hard for cold temperature. That's why you need winter tires. So in Germany, when you drive even on nice road and no snow and no ice in the winter, and you have an accident and you don't have winter tires on, you can get problems. Walter was probably down to 20 kilowatt hours or 10. Yes, I don't know where Walter is. I said it last week. Walter was, oh, did I say that already? Walter had his last check. He was checked throughout, and there was nothing that they complain about. The dealer called me, wrote me a message and said, that's amazing, that's very unusual. So there was no scratch, nothing broken, it's in perfect condition, and it will be picked up very soon, and I should get a letter from Volkswagen Leasing what I have to pay or get back. So most likely I will get back money, because I didn't drive the kilometers I was paying for. If it gets cold here, it usually lasts less than a week. There is no requirement for winter tires. That's good. You're lucky. We have snow. We had snow yesterday. It snowed today. No, this was it. I didn't find the fixed scratch on the rim then. No, I fixed that. Remember? It cost me 250 euros or so. They fixed that last year. So I had the scratch in the fall of 22. Then they put the summer tire in storage, and then in the before they put it on in spring of 23, they fixed it. Any snow is gone in a day or so. Nah, not here. It was snowing today, and it will snow during the night, but just a bit. And then from tomorrow on, for the whole week, it will be very cold, down to -9 at night, and then through the day 2 or 3 degrees, something like this. So it will be wintry again. I prefer the very cold temperatures to the snow. Snow is just a hassle with shoveling and getting to work. Ugh. Quick question. Why no heat pump on your ID.7? We have 2 EVs in the house, one with heat pump and one with PTC. The difference these cold days is huge. Heat pump costs 1,000 euros, so it's a comfort function. If you need the 20 kilometers more range, that's cool. I decided against it because I thought I don't need it. And I said it before, if I would have ordered it, it would be not, I wouldn't have got it on December 15th. It would have been delayed by a few weeks, and I wouldn't have got the German incentives. But then they cut the German incentives 3 days after I received the car. And I don't even know if I get the incentives now. But if I wouldn't have done it, I thought I will never get it. And now Volkswagen is giving their incentives on the card. But I didn't know that then. Congrats for the ID.7. I saw your videos very detailed. Thanks a lot. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. We got lots of rain. There are lots of places flooded at the moment. Yeah, that's also negative thing. Yeah. An ID.7, ID.4 with directional headlights, does it also have matrix LEDs, or is it one or the other? So matrix LED is the technology, so you can have normal LED or matrix LED, and I think directional headlights is always with the matrix LED. It doesn't mean the same technology, so the one is moving and the one is the segments, but I think it's combined in one package. When you get the normal LEDs, your high beams are just on and off, and the light is not moving. I found my car does preconditioning the battery, but you have to be in comfort or dynamic mode. It won't do it in efficiency mode, which is okay. I get that. Efficiency mode is for range. It doesn't care if you want to charge very fast. I get it. That's okay. Yeah, so this is what's coming. Like I said, Ioniq 6 comparison in 2 weeks or so. We'll see if Matthias has time and what weekend. I have the car for 2 weeks. There will be a range test with the Ioniq 6, of course, a comparison inside and outside of the car. I want to do Id.7 because this makes sense. Id.7 and Ioniq 6 are cars in similar price range, even though Ioniq 6 is still cheaper, but they have similar features, and the one has an 800 volt system and charges amazing. The other one charges okay, good. I think Id.7 charges good. And the other one, we'll see about the comfort. I will do a lot of tests with the Ioniq 6 in comparison with the Id.7. That will be awesome. Because a lot of people are thinking, do I want this? Do I want this? So what is important to me? Is it the comfort? Is it the charging? Is it the navigation, which is still crap in the Ioniq 6? Is it, do I need massage function that I don't have the Ionity 6? If not, why would I need an ID.7? And so on. Is the software, so with ID software 3.2 to 3.7, I would have said that the Ioniq 6 software is, except for the navigation, better. Now with ID software 4.0, I think the Hyundai software is not good anymore. So ID software 4 kicks ass. I'm sorry. It starts amazingly fast. I have no problems at all. I have no error messages at all. Everything works, just three tiny little things don't work as planned, but they don't bother me at all. I have now 2 things. And one thing, it's a bit annoying. Managed to get 267 kilowatt, but it didn't last long. That's fine. It's the curve. But I was happy with that too. You saw in my 1,000-kilometer drive on 2 charges, I had an average charging power of 140, 150 kilowatt, charging from 5 to 105 to 65% or so. I think that's awesome. So I'm very happy with that. When I think that my ID.3 had a peak of 134 and this only to 30%, and then it was under 100 kilowatt. So I'm very happy with the charging in the ID.7 and the consumption as well. It's exactly what I wanted. Yeah, I'm also thinking and planning that maybe in the fall, in the spring, when it gets a bit warmer, that I will go somewhere to Italy or something to test a range test in the summer, even though it's still spring. We'll see. I think I would love to do that. But I don't know where and how. I calculated it right now, and I thought I'd do it in Milano, so Milan. But the way there and back, even with toll and everything, and hotel and everything, is 400 euros. It doesn't make sense, but it would be nice. I can only get 150 kilowatt max on a 400 volt charger. That's still good though. Has Cindy driven the ID.7 a lot? No. Hey Mark. Cindy drove a short distance here at home to a grocery store, maybe 1 kilometer and back. And then last week on, when was that? Thursday, we picked up Hank at work. I drove with the Volvo XC40. She drove from my work to her work and then from her work home afterwards. She parked in the garage and everything worked fine. Tomorrow we're gonna drive together with the Volvo again, but then most likely on Thursday she will use the Hank to, did I say Walter before? She will use Hank to get to work and home. For the first time alone there and back, and she already said a few things what she thinks about the car. She misses Walter, and then we're gonna do a driving video also in the next few weeks. And of course, when I get my letter from Volkswagen Leasing, what money I get back, I have to calculate everything, and then there will be a end video on Walter on the ID.3, what it cost me every month for the last 3 years in 3 months. It won't be as much as Schwungvoll. If you know him, he got an ID.3 very similar time as me, and maybe a week later, but he lowered the car. He had a special paint shop and everything, and at the end he said that he paid 1,000 euros per month for the car, and it won't be that much for me. But I don't know if he has included charging. I can't include charging, I can only estimate it, since I charged at home and at other chargers with other cars as well. And I could have read out how many kilowatt hours were charged in the battery, but there's charging loss that I don't know how much. And if I'm preheating the car and have it plugged in, is it going into this or not? I didn't know. I got my ID.4 on Thursday. Now powertrain problem, poor efficiency. GOM is reporting 20%, better than actual. Service on the 18th. You have a powertrain problem, so you got it back from repair and now you have a power problem? Or you have poor efficiency? Service on the 18th. Oh, you poor guy. I'm so sorry they have so many problems. And I've read a lot of people that have problems, and I know it feels to me, since I have more contact to Volkswagen people, like it's more problems with Volkswagen, but I also hear and see on news that Tesla had also problems with Tesla cars. It can happen. I just don't know if it's more with Volkswagen. I have no idea. But of course, I'm sorry. Not that it's my fault. Maybe it was my fault because of me. You bought an ID.4. Then I'm sorry. We did do 1,200 kilometers in 12 hours without rushing. That's awesome. Yeah, that's how it should be. I think 100 kilometers an hour average speed for a long distance drive is in new EVs totally normal, without stress, in a normal road where you can't go 130 all the time. Yeah, that's just how it is. Yeah, but I think that's it for me for today. We have 130 people still here. Thank you all for being here. That was nice. I will go downstairs, watch a bit of television, go to bed, because tomorrow at 4:50 I have to get up. And then prepare everything for work, walk one dog, and then at 6:30 we go to walk, go to war, to work. I'm crunching numbers with a calculator and OBD11. Why are you crunching number with a calculator? Because the GOM is wrong? That's why? Do you do so many long distance trips? Is it because of that? Yes. So I tried OBD11 to connect to the ID.7 to Hank. So far I can connect after a very long time, 4 or 5 minutes, then it connects. But then when I go into a control unit, it says control unit not responding, please try again, is the ignition on? And it is on, otherwise I couldn't have connected to the car. So far I cannot change any settings. I asked OBD11 what the problem is. They wanted a video of me connecting. I sent it to them, and then they said, can you try it on an Apple device, not on Android? And I asked them, do you even know if it works on the ID.7? Have you tried an ID.7? Maybe it has a protection on there that you can't get in there and you need some new software or whatever, and they haven't replied. Hi Chris, car model choice, ID.7 or old ID.5 Max or BYD Seal, all awesome cars but can't decide. I haven't driven the BYD Seal. I haven't driven any BYD. I can't say anything about it. I tend, and this is totally without any ground here, I have tested a few Chinese cars and they always felt a bit sketchy, that something was weird in the software, MG and Neo, but maybe BYD is amazing. I could be totally wrong. I'm just saying that it's like saying I drove 2 German cars and then the next German has to be the same way. It's not true. So I cannot say anything about the BYD Seal. I almost could drive a BYD Seal in Munich, but I had the Kia EV9 drive in Nice at the same weekend. ID.5 Max to ID.7, old, always ID.7, or new ID.4 or ID.5 with the new hardware. Always get the new hardware with ID software 4.0. It's way more future-proof, it's way faster, it's way better, it costs the same. It does it better, you have way more features and functions in the future. This is where it just... ID.3 till now was okay, but now it's time to get on the next, and that's why I got the ID.7. That's another reason. I wanted the new hardware, the new software, new screen, the new how to interact with the car. That's awesome. Yes, did a trip yesterday, 500 kilometers. Then it's important, that's true. Then a GOM is very necessary. But think about that. I know this is annoying, but I have tested a lot of cars where the GOM is completely off and there's nothing broken. It's just how it is. So Hyundai and Kia are when you drive 130 kilometers range test, they tend to take so long till they know that you're driving 130 and not 90. When you are at 50%, and even ID.7 was not as great. My ID.3 was amazing, but maybe ID.7 has to learn now. I'm close to sign for an ID.7. Would you still choose the marine blue? Yes. I think that the white looks a tiny bit better, but every car is white. I love that this is a different color. The ID, what is that? Efficiency seems pretty good in 1,000 kilometer test. ID.7. I think it was good, but also my average speed wasn't 126. It was 108. And this is something that you have to know. So when you are in the ID.7 and you're charging, the heat and everything in the system works without having to press the brake and have the ignition on. But I tend to do that. It was from ID.3 where I just did that. If you do that, press the brake, the car is on and it calculates average consumption and average speed and everything. And so the numbers don't have to be perfectly right at the end. So I don't know if this is all correct. Who sent me something? Who wants to send me a message? Stefan wants to send me a message on Instagram. I read it in a second when I'm downstairs. But like I said, the 1,000 kilometer drive was amazing and it was way faster than I thought. And the charging was way better. The route planner was better than I thought. It chose chargers that I was okay with. The changing chargers has to be better, and I hope that at some point I can select please a charger with at least 4 stalls. That's the only thing I need. And maybe a thing where I can say only Ionity or only Referral Pulse, the ones that are cheap with my WeCharge. That would be amazing. Okay, I think I'm gonna go. I'm getting my i4 eDrive 40 in 2 to 3 weeks. I'm hyped. You should be hyped. Awesome car. Enjoy it. I see a lot of them. A lot. But you notice them. They look different. They're beautiful cars. Okay, I'm gonna go now and watch a bit of television. Put the heater here to the side. Yeah, it was cold in here. It's still 17 degrees, even though I had the heat on, not the whole time. You take care. I see you this week. So on Tuesday will be the infotainment system 4.0 full tour. Long video, but everything. It's awesome. I myself was excited that I knew everything. In the video I didn't know everything, but then afterwards, and today I got the last info, now I really know everything. I found at Ionity that there's usually at least 1 broken charger. Me too. Exactly the same. 1 not working and 2 don't have a screen. Yes, and then on Thursday, I think I do the Volvo XC40 range test. And then Saturday, I don't know yet. The like, dislike video or app, we'll see. Like I said, I did 3 videos today. Voice command will be then next week. Or maybe I do even a few videos after each other on 3 days. Something like this, because it's not a big video. Maybe I do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll see. But I thank you all for being here. Who's there? Is this a dog? Hello. Who's my Rudy? You came to we're just gonna go. Oh, this is Rudy. This is my little girl, Rudy from Romania. She says hi. Yes. Where's my little girl? Are we going down? Huh? Are we going down? Is it too dark down there? Yes, I know. Yeah. So we're gonna go down, watch a bit of television. She says hi. Go say hi. And then we're gonna go to work tomorrow. Okay? Ooh, you're so heavy. 7 kilos. I'm gonna go in a second. You don't have to go in the chair. Okay, you all take care. See you next week. Bye. 30K next Sunday. I don't know. It's still 95. We'll see. Right now, I think it's 500 per 28 days. So it's possible, but I don't know. I have to push more Id.7 content to get up to that number. We'll see. You all take care. Bye. So, intro.